Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta, because today is reunion day and the tea is already piping hot, you guys. And we got to get into all of it because it is crazy. It is crazy. So first and foremost, a couple of notable things. We have our reunion seating chart, and if you will notice, there is no BRIT Edie, there is no Kenya Moore, you guys. But unfortunately, BRIT did not make this thumbnail because she wants nothing to do with the reunion, let alone this show. So we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about Kenya because Kenya has responded as well. So it says the following, and this is a People exclusive. It says, BRIT Edie skips Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion taping. Kenya Moore not invited. We're from exclusive sources. 2 of the season's most talked about housewives are absent from the reunion taping, and for very different reasons. Kenya Moore and BRIT Edie are both missing from the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion, which films June 5th in Atlanta. Moore was suspended mid-season after sharing explicit photos of Edie in retaliation for BRIT's comments about having a pow for Moore. The reunion will air this summer on Bravo. The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion will be missing 2 of its stars. Technically 1-star list, but nonetheless, People can exclusively reveal that BRIT Edie and Kenya Moore both won't appear on the annual season wrap-up, which films in Atlanta on Thursday, June 5th. Each is absent for different reasons. A source tells People that BRIT Edie skipped the taping on her own accord amid a falling out with her co-stars, so basically she was scared. And then a second source says Moore was not invited by Bravo to participate in the reunion. I'm not shocked. Housewives Portia Williams, Phaedra Park, Shamia Morton, Kelly Farrell, and Angela Oakley were all in attendance, as well as Cynthia Bailey, who has returned to the franchise this season as a friend of. What about Drew Sidora? See, this is why Drew Sidora is last on the reunion chart. She's not even. Where is she in the article? Reps for the network did not immediately respond when contacted for explanation, but did release a reunion seating chart on Thursday that did not include Edie or Moore in the mix. Edie did not immediately respond to People's request for comment, while Moore issued a statement on Twitter Thursday saying that she was, quote, disappointed not to be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta 16 reunion taping. Kenya, girl. She previously said in a long YouTube video in April that she was disinvited from the reunion after previously being asked to participate. Moore was the longest-running Real Housewives of Atlanta star when season 16 began filming back in April of 2024, but her time on the season was cut short when June 25th of that year, her cast members were told she would no longer be a peach holder. The former Miss USA winner and actress found herself in hot water when she exposed sexually explicit photos from Edie's past to guests at the June 6th opening of her Kenya Moore hair spa. She was suspended and, after an internal investigation, exited the series. A source told People at the time Moore was retaliating against Edie after Edie allegedly threatened Moore with the GUN during a heated conversation caught on camera. Kenya was concerned for her safety. That is the truth, the insider said. Never for 1 second did Kenya feel like she was being taken seriously for her fears. It is unfair. But a second source close to the show insisted that at no time was Kenya ever threatened with a weapon, nor was there ever a weapon present during the course of production. Then viewers eventually got to see the conflict pay out on the airing of the season 16, where Edie, in fact, was shown boasting about having a pow for Moore. Edie has claimed that her comments were a mistake made in the heat of the moment and that she never had a GUN in any possession at all. I still beat myself up. It's just the act that I allowed her to trigger me. There is no excuse for what I did, for what I said, she explained during an appearance on Watch What Happens Live. I felt attacked. I mentioned a pistol, which I never should have, and I was wrong. Apologies have come from Moore as well. Hindsight is always 50-50. Well, actually, it's 2020, I believe. But nonetheless, she said during a November 2024 appearance on Tamron Hall, if I could do it all over again, I believe the photos were very distasteful. And I elevated the situation. I elevated situations before, and I've taken full accountability for the things that I have done. She went on to express how sorry she was for what she'd done, adding that she didn't have to take it that far. I felt threatened, she said. I've never had a child in a situation like this before. See, this was the piece that I didn't understand because where did Brooklyn come into any of this? So that is why it escalated to the point where I was protecting not only myself, but my child. Again, still don't understand the Brooklyn component of it all. Since then, Moore has received support from many of her fellow Real Housewives stars, including Williams, who told people at Bravo Fan Fest in 2024 in Miami that forgiveness should be in everyone's future in their own time. I think that was very noble of her to apologize, said Williams. At the end of the day, everybody's human. Some people have thresholds and then you break it and then they go low or they go all the way to HELL. But either way, once you recognize that you've done something to hurt someone and you acknowledge it, I think you start there. As a possible return to Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya said in Tamron Hall that she and executive producer Andy Cohen have had some conversations and that she has been a great support system. I don't know if he's still a support system right now, but we'll see. He has called, he has checked on me, he has given me advice, and I feel like he's a really good friend, and I just appreciate the support, she said, of Cohen and the network. That was my family for 12 years. I love them, and I feel like they love me. It was just a real unfortunate situation. Cohen at Bravo Fan Fest echoed his support for Kenya Moore, telling people he was proud of her for taking accountability, but adding that no decisions about her possible return have been made yet. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, what the welly! The Real Housewives of Atlanta airs on Sundays at 8 p.m. on Bravo and streams the next day on Peacock. The reunion expected to premiere this summer, you guys. Child, I don't know. And I'm hearing rumors that Kenya's contract is for season 17 as well. I didn't hear anything, though, about Kenya being at BravoCon, right? So there was something else that was left out of the People article that I quickly wanted to get into, and that is Kenya Moore's tweet, y'all. Kenya is doing what she should have done a year ago. I am disappointed not to be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta 16 reunion taping today, even though you told us this in your YouTube video that you were disinvited. Please know I take full accountability for my actions and deeply apologize to those affected, including Brittany, the cast, the crew, the guests, and the viewers. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon. Maybe she thinks she's going to be on Love Hotel or Traders or something. But she tweeted this today at 12:42 p.m., you guys. And yeah, I don't know. See, y'all are looking at it from the perspective of, I'm a fan of the show. I should be able to have influence over casting decisions and this and that. But production and casting doesn't care. Like they don't care what we think. They don't care about our opinions. They don't care what we think. What our opinions don't matter. Even if we boycott or whatever else, it don't matter. They do not care. It's like the Michael Jackson song. They don't really care about us. They don't. They don't for real. So I'm not surprised that she's not there. I'm not surprised that she's not there. So I just don't understand, though. They made the decision to keep Britt Edie, but Britt Edie couldn't even show her face to the reunion. like make it make sense. Kenya's definitely missed, but at the same token, I think this is why Phaedra's here. I think that is why Phaedra is here. So nonetheless, that is. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? So this entire reunion is really going to center around Britt versus, or not even Britt. They're going to talk about Britt and Kenya, but neither are there to say anything. So it's going to be a situation where you're going to replay everything that happened, whether or not anybody's sitting there. allegedly saw any GUN or heard about any GUN, and then you're going to play the clips if anybody, seen or heard anything as it pertains to Kenya, if anybody's in contact with Kenya, and all of this and all of that, and they'll probably make sure Cynthia's a part of that conversation and everything else. But this is just crazy to me. There's really nothing for them to discuss at this reunion because y'all drug out the hair salon thing y'all drug it out. Y'all made that the focal point of the season, and neither party is there. Make it make sense. So what's going to be drug out is this Drew Sidora, Portia, and Dennis thing. They might as well have a seat for Dennis. I wonder if Dennis is there. Y'all think Dennis is there at the reunion, and then he's going to sit there behind Portia and defend her honor? Y'all think so? I mean, this is just crazy. Y'all think Shamia's husband is there? Gerald? I know Charles Oakley's got to be there, right? Charles Oakley has got to be there, right? He would have to be there, right? I don't know. But it's weird that Drew is at the last seat and not Kelly, because I felt like Kelly gave less than Drew did. Like that's telling me that Drew's status with the show is not good. And it wasn't until several of us called out the fact on numerous occasions that Drew Sidora has not been a part of the Watch What Happens Live episodes, to the point that Portia, Shamia, and Kelly were on their second run of Watch What Happens Lives for promotion for the show. So none of the less, it looked bad. And then out of the blue, Andy Cohen's like, hey, we got questions. Anybody got questions for Drew Sidora? And it's like, dude, the season's practically over. We don't care now. Like, you should have had her back at the height of the drama with Portia. We don't care now. Make it make sense. I feel like y'all just trying to smooth it over, but y'all don't care. Y'all don't care, and I don't know why y'all playing in our faces like this, trying to act like y'all did care, because y'all don't. But I just don't understand the way this whole thing has been handled with Kenya and Britt and everything else has just been an epic disaster. You should have got rid of both parties or kept both parties and kept it moving. But I understand at the time, y'all got to keep in mind, right, that they're in a big lawsuit right now with the former New York housewife, Leah, right? Then there's that other lawsuit with that situation with Brandi Glanville that shut down their best show, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. So they had that going on. They had Diddy going on. So this was all around the time when all that stuff was going down, right? So nonetheless, they were like, you know what? We're just going to take a proactive measure and just shut it all down. Shut it all down. We're going to be proactive. We'll take the backlash. We'll take the hit. But at least it's not going to be a situation where people are going to be like, hey, we're not trying to advertise this, we're not trying to advertise that. But nonetheless, like y'all fumbled the show. Y'all literally had an episode that was in the 400,000. What are we doing? What are we doing? So none of the less, you guys, Phaedra is back and the ratings went up 200,000 views. But my question to y'all is, y'all still tuning into this reunion? Are y'all going to be watching this reunion episode? Because it looks and sounds like it is going to be a flop. It is going to be a flop, especially if Portia is not going to answer any questions. If Portia is going to be go cry to the dressing room, or is going to be doing whatever. Like, are you going to bring actual receipts, Portia, or is this going to be a joke? Like you gotta have some accountability here. That you went too far with the Drew and Dennis thing, and I'm guessing the big focal point is going to be your friendship with Shamia. That I just think is just going to be. I just don't care, because Shamia's just going to be crying the whole time, and we're not going to get to the root of the issue, which is you don't want to show your husband, or your husband doesn't want to be on the show, so you dig up 10 years of your marriage, of you still allegedly being mad about this wedding, and Angela had to force it out of you. Like it's just weird. It is just weirdo behavior, and I guess we're going to focus in on Angela and Charles Oakley and whatever happens at this season finale. And I guess Kelly's going to be by herself talking about the fallout of her and Britt's friendship and everything else. And so it was interesting, because Portia seemed like she was the only person that was cool with Britt at one point in time, and Britt is still a part of the after show episode. So what in the welly happened? But nonetheless, that's it. That's all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.